On a January night in 1961, Mel Brooks was at a rehearsal dinner for the Perry Como show. Across the room, Anne Bancroft stood rehearsing her song. Brooks watched her with full attention, finally working up the nerve to walk over and announce, "I'm Mel Brooks. I'm going to marry you." She smiled, thinking it was a bold attempt to charm her. But years later she admitted that in that instant something shifted in her heart. What began as a fearless introduction became one of the most enduring love stories in Hollywood. They married on the 5th of August, 1964, and welcomed their son Max in 1972. Max grew up surrounded by laughter, theater, and creativity. He would later describe his childhood as unusual in the best way possible, a household where his parents were deeply in love and equally devoted to nurturing his imagination. Their family dinners often turned into lively storytelling sessions, with Brooks cracking jokes and Bancroft sharing quiet wisdom. By then, both were at the height of their careers. Bancroft had earned an Academy Award for The Miracle Worker, 1962, and captivated audiences as Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate, 1967. Brooks had found success with The Producers, 1967, and would go on to create genre-defining comedies like Blazing Saddles, 1974, and Young Frankenstein. Still, their professional triumphs never overshadowed the intimacy of their marriage. Bancroft was often spotted sitting in the back rows of theaters during Brooks's premieres, her presence quiet but proud, while Brooks frequently declared in interviews that Anne was his anchor and muse. Their on-screen collaboration in To Be or Not to Be, 1983, offered a glimpse into their chemistry, but it was their private moments that defined them. Brooks once said that Anne's laughter could fill a room in a way that made him feel invincible. She, in turn, described how his humor could cut through her darkest days. Friends often marveled at how they balanced each other. Anne's elegance and intensity met by Mel's unrestrained comedic brilliance. Their son Max revealed that nightly rituals were sacred in their household. No matter how chaotic the day, Mel would always sing to Anne before bed. Sometimes it was a love song, sometimes a silly tune he had invented on the spot. For Max, those gestures represented the foundation of their marriage, small acts of tenderness that kept their bond unshakable. When Anne passed away on the 6th of June, 2005, at age 73, Brooks admitted that his world felt dimmed. He shared openly, "I miss her terribly. She was my guiding light." In interviews, he spoke of her with such tenderness that it seemed she had never really left his side. He continued to attend events they once enjoyed together, often telling stories about her with a mix of joy and sorrow that showed how deeply intertwined their lives had been. Brooks also shared how Anne influenced his work long after her passing. He credited her with helping him refine scripts, reminding him to dig for authenticity rather than settling for an easy laugh. He explained that she had the rare ability to ground him, pulling brilliance from chaos, and he carried those lessons with him in every project that followed. Max Brooks has said that his parents' marriage shaped his understanding of love and partnership. He recalled that even in disagreements, his parents treated each other with respect. Arguments never lingered, because laughter always found its way back into the room. Life after Anne was filled with both grief and gratitude. He once explained that he still spoke to her when he felt uncertain, asking what she might advise. The habit was less about memory and more about keeping her presence alive in his daily rhythm. In Mel's eyes, Anne was never truly gone. She lived in his laughter, in their son's accomplishments, and in every tender memory that continued to guide him forward.